We can't abandon these people. There has to be a way to help them.
Last chance. We need to leave. Now.
No.
I hate when you get like this.
Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here. Imprisoned. On their way to the North Pole, Team Avatar passes through an Earth Kingdom village being run by the Fire Nation. Here they meet Haru, a young earthbender hiding his talents in fear of being taken away from his mother and being locked up. Thanks to Katara's influence during a desperate situation, Haru's earthbending powers eventually get found out and his fears come true. Feeling guilty, Katara convinces Aang and Sokka to not only help free Haru, but all the imprisoned earthbenders. Welcome to our first Katara episode. A lot of fictional character groups are often compared to families, and Team Avatar is no different. Many people, including myself, consider Katara to be the mother of the group, watching over those she cares about with kindness and soft wisdom. When Aang is feeling down, it's always Katara giving the hopeful speeches, helping him to get over his insecurities. As the motherly stereotype goes, Katara's greatest attribute in any situation is her want to care for others, and that's demonstrated firmly in this episode. From her encouraging Haru to save the old man from the collapsing mine, all the way to her leading a rebellion in the earthbending prison. It all stems from Katara's drive, which is fueled by the happiness and well-being of others.
I'm not leaving. I'm not giving up on these people.
Now, with all that being said, I have a confession to make. I don't actually like Katara. In fact, I think she's the only character in the entire show that I actively dislike. Now, it should go without saying that me not liking a character doesn't inherently mean I think she's objectively bad. Just to make things clear, Katara, along with the rest of Team Avatar and almost every character in this show, is one of the best written and best voice acted characters I've ever seen. But then that begs the question, if I think she's a great character, then why don't I like her? Well, that's a complicated question and it will take many episodes to answer, but let's just start by saying she is very stubborn when it comes to her own beliefs, and they tend to be beliefs I would disagree with. If I were in this episode, once I saw that the Earthbenders weren't willing to fight for themselves, I would have cut my losses. But for Katara, even though it's clear that the Earthbenders just prefer to wait out the war, she pretty much forces a rebellion on them.
The plan is to survive. Wait out this war. I admire your courage. The people's lives are at stake here.
Earthbenders, let us fight for our freedom!
Now, stubbornness isn't inherently unlikable for me, but when you combine it with Katara's particular brand of naivete, it easily becomes so. Katara will always help people on a micro level, even if it means endangering helping them on a macro level. She's traveling with the Avatar and needs to get away from this territory ASAP, but absolutely refuses to abandon people who need her help. She's endangering her mission with Aang, who's going to save the world, for a new mission just to help these Earthbenders. Now, I realize that helping people on a micro level can lead to macro advantages, but this isn't why Katara is doing any of this. Her motivation in life is to never turn her back on people in need. No exceptions. A deuteragonist female who insists they have to help people even if it endangers the greater mission.
Every fiber in my body is telling me this is wrong. That dragon is defenseless, and I just left her there.
I'm sensing a pattern here. Alright, I know I'm stepping on toes here, so let's pull back a little. Katara isn't nearly as bad in this episode as she will be in later ones. I just decided to bring this up now because this is her first focused episode, and some of my problems with her do appear slightly. My reasons for disliking her become much more apparent in other episodes, but I just want to get you guys prepared for my eventual rants on her. And trust me, they're coming. Also, it's not like Katara doesn't face consequences for her actions here. When she persuades Haru to show off his earthbending, he gets captured. Even though her rebellion succeeds, she lost her mother's necklace in the process, allowing Zuko to find it, which causes trouble later. Only Haru, who was inspired by Katara and hasn't been broken yet, rises up to help her. Because it's his son, Haru's dad is willing to help him, and because all the prisoners respect Haru's father, they all jump in as well. I can't even justify increasing the Mary Sue counter because the moment is written pretty balanced. Anyway, enough about Katara. I will have plenty more to say about her later. Let's talk about the new Earthbender.
Problem is, the only way I can feel close to my father now is when I practice my bending.
Haru by himself isn't that interesting to talk about. He's another side character who happens to get caught up in Team Avatar's adventures. His personality isn't even that interesting, but in context of the fandom, oh boy was this character a riot. With him being a young earthbender, one of the early theories was that Haru would eventually join Team Avatar. Also, he was the first member of the opposite sex close to Katara's age to really connect with her. Haha, you know what that means. This won't be the last time we see Haru, but he doesn't get to play nearly as big a role as fans were predicting. And that's basically my thoughts on this episode. It's the first time Team Avatar actively helps a village with problems they themselves didn't cause, as well as being the first step to Katara's personal journey. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.